Just had a theory about Basquiat's influence as it pertains to black people, right? Just hear me out. I think Basquiat's success ultimately, not entirely, but ultimately is a result of the art world selecting a messiah for black people. I know. I say it again. I think, in other words, I think at a time in American history where black men are the most, or at the time when Basquiat rose to fame, black men were even more misunderstood. I'll put it like that, right? And as a result, I think a lot of opportunities for black people to be in artist spaces, a lot of those opportunities are missed simply because it's a cultural misunderstanding or a cultural intimidation. And I think somehow, some way, I don't know the answer to that one yet, but I think somehow, some way, Basquiat was able to make certain people in the art world comfortable for whatever reason. And that's why he rose to fame. Now you put that in constant with the fact that at the time there are no other black artists being championed to the same degree as a Basquiat, to the same degree as an artist that works very, very closely with an Andy Warhol, like Basquiat. So, with that vacuum there, Basquiat shows up and now he's the guy, right? Cool. But then I step back and I go, we've had Selma Burke, who is the artist that designed the profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt on that dime that's probably in your pocket right now, the dime that's in your piggy bank. Yeah, a black woman was the artist behind the profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt. The heads and tails, the head side of that dime coin, a black woman made that piece of art. A black woman did that portrait, and no one knows it. Selma Burke. Look it up if you think I'm bullshitting. Selma Burke. Selmaburke. Selma Burke. And I guarantee it'll be the first time you heard that name in at least 10 years. Moving on. Jacob Lawrence. Selma Burke. Jacob Lawrence. Aaron Douglas. Romare Bearden. Okay, so boom. You mean to tell me all these great black artists from the Harlem Renaissance have been around, were around, their art around at the same time as Basquiat? And yet somehow by 2020, a lot of our favorite rappers, when and if, on a rare occasion that they do reference art, black art, they're gonna reference Basquiat. And I just wonder, and it is, I don't know the answer to this question. I wonder, is this because the art world is tasked, with, like a lot of areas of life, is tasked with appearing to be diverse, but at the same time being unwilling to truly do something different because it means conceding? So you'd rather be the person that has so much power, or the institution that has so much power, that you choose who a certain group will look to as the height of the arts, right? So the art world says, as a group, I'm not saying any individual or whatever, but as a culture, as a community, the art world says, hey, we like you, Basquiat, so we're gonna champion you and move your art around the world and put it in museums to the degree that the group that you come from will assume that you are the zenith of black art. Y'all follow me so far? Later for Selma Burke, later for Mary Bearden, later for Aaron Douglas, later for Jacob Lawrence. Later for all these people. Later for Zora Neale Hurston. Later for all these. Later for Aaron Locke. Later for Bessie Smith. Later for all these black creatives who presented their works in the 1920s. And as a result, American culture is the way it is today. Later for all that shit, we're going to champion Basquiat. We're going to posture Basquiat as though if you are black and you are interested in art, if you don't look at Basquiat like he's Jesus Christ, something's wrong with you. Now, I'm not saying all this to say something's wrong with Basquiat or chastise anyone who likes his work. I'm asking a very sincere question as a fellow black artist. Why is he the zenith? What is the answer to that question? And furthermore, how is it that we have so much energy and time for Basquiat and none for Selma Burke? None for Romare Bearden, none for Jacob Lawrence, none for Aaron Douglas. And even into today, none for Bruce W. Smith. Everybody watched Proud Family. Every black person on Twitter watched Proud Family. Don't none of us know who Bruce W. Smith is. Or I'm just saying all that to say, I would love for us as a people to question how and why these people made it to the heights that they did. And that doesn't mean it's a bad thing or a good thing. It's just a question. How is it that this person with this kind of work at this time in American history and culture appeared to be selected? I don't know. I'm just, as an artist, I wonder. And that's it. Maybe y'all got some insights. Help me out.